character that was already weak has been made considerably weaker and is now the weakest character in the game. So, I don't know, hats off to the balancing team. Blowing our minds yet again. What's up guys, TheMainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and now I'm gonna continue my Season 2 breakdowns. I'm now going to talk about Lee Chaolan and his nerfing in Season 2. I've always viewed Lee in Tekken 8 as a weak character. If you watch any of my tier lists, I put him in bottom tier. So that's typically not a character you want to nerf, you want to buff them. But we're going to go through the nerfs. He got some buffs as well, but mostly a very nerfed character. And he is now, in my opinion, without doubt, the worst character in the game. What the balancing team is smoking. Can I have some? But I have just no clue. I would also say that he is less fun to play. As some Lee players have said, this is a character where you take great pride in doing cool combos, and then they give him back to for free into misstep now, and you've made his combos easier. And you have also nerfed his, you know, he's known for his punishment, and now they nerfed the punishment. The follow-up blazing, can I do it? Oh right, there's a new input. I did the old input, the legacy. They changed the input of Blazing Kick. They removed a legacy input that's 30 years old and now made it Core Circle Fort 4 to make it easier. I don't know why you do this on a character like Lee that is known to be a specialist character. Only played by, you know, very passionate players who absolutely love a character. Why you would want to remove their muscle memory, I have no clue. But nerfed his punishment in that Acid Rain, of course, gives a Blazing Kick. So they made that easier, the Blazing Kick follow-up, but also they removed the Pancake Flip of Blazing Kick. So now neutral is sort of reset, because Lee knocks your opponent so far away, instead of getting Oki. So why this happened, I have no clue. And also why this happened, this makes it so that you no longer have to do back to 2 loops. Don't need this anymore. Very, very puzzling changes. That had to do with identity, but like, let's just look at strength-wise. Lee is a character who is defensively one of the best in the game. Like, he's very well known for his keep out, his back 4, which is one of the best keep out buttons in the game. It's a mid-counter hit launcher. It recovers very quickly on whiff. It can even go into Hitman. You can start stepping and doing stuff like this. It makes it very hard to approach Lee. They nerfed the damage of this signature move. That's been there since Tekken Tag 1. I shit you not. They nerfed the damage of that move. Why? Down for 2, down 2, and Fort 4 got reduced evasion. They got reduced evasion. Why? You know, if someone whiffs something, Acid Storm, he's really good with the whiff punish. If he blocks something, he can punish super hard. We know this. But again, they nerfed that punish by nerfing Blazing Kick. So he's really good with all of this. But when it comes to opening up a very defensive player, a turtle, Lee has always struggled opening up a guard, as his lows have not been that good. He doesn't have a throw game. If someone is like very patient and doesn't press into Lee, Lee has a problem, right? This is where he had a 14 frame launcher in while standing 2 free, where he could go into Heat Burst and do obscene damage. Especially with a wall, like we are talking over 60%. He could go into 70% here. This served as like a punish, 14 frame punish. It also served as a keep out button. It was a very important move for Lee. While standing 2 free, Heat Burst into huge combo. I'm sure you saw this in Season 1. And also as like a 50-50 mix-up, right? He can slide from full crouch. Can stress those, he can do this low, and then he'd mix that with this for a 50-50 mix-up, right? So what did they do? While standing 2 free, went from -13 to -14, but also the first hit puts them in airborne state. And the second hit, Tornado Bounce them, it only now does 28 damage. It gets heavy scaling because the first hit puts them in airborne state like a launcher, and the second hit bounce. So now when you go in with your follow-up hits here, it's just heavy scaling. It barely does damage, to be honest. And they also made it -14. This is one of the biggest nerfs I've seen in Season 2. And it's funny considering it's happening to a bottom tier character. His 50 utility was already bad. His slide does not knock down. And they also nerfed the damage of a slide. And it doesn't knock down. And they nuked from orbit, you know, while standing 2-3. And still has while standing 2-4 for a mid-high safe on block mix-up, but heavy nerf. And back 3-3 has reduced damage now. It does 18, used to do 21. This was already a very bad low in my opinion. Nowhere near as strong as people think it was. Like, he is gambling all of his life on a low with a slow follow-up high. If this gets ducked, like, Lee is dead. And if it hits, he's +4 with 18 damage. Whoop-de-doo, that is not very impressive. They also took a sledgehammer to his 4-4-3. Do you see the pushback? There's actually not 1 millimeter of pushback on this now. Used to push back quite a bit, but nothing now. He is -9 right in the opponent's face, and that's it. Lee can't do anything. 4-4-3 can be stepped to both sides. So why they chose to do that, I don't know. They also made it so that up 4-3 from Hitman is no longer a heat engager. That's bad. They made Hitman up 4-4 the tornado kick +5 on block. I mean, that's nice. That's really nice. But this move on hit used to guarantee down 4-4-4. Right? It guarantees nothing now. Yeah, this move on hit used to guarantee down 4-4-4. This was really good mix-up utility for Lee, but it's gone. We love the fact that they removed Power Crush heat engagers that were safe on block, right? At -9. Very nice. But of course also happened to Lee. So that is also gone. This is no longer a heat engager, but a safe on block Power Crush. There are about 1 million nerfs here that hit this character very hard. So what did he get in return? He got 4-4-2. Is now like 5 frames faster. I think it used to be like 20 frames. If I do a perfect one, it ships quite a bit. It's +2. It gives a free blazing kick, I think. Yeah, normal hit, and it's a counter hit launcher. So that's nice. We want to see you spam 4-4-2. Just know that that move is steppable to both sides. This move is very linear. So not as good as it looks. And what are you gonna mix it up with? This move. And then Hitman 1-1-1 is now a heat engager. That's a 12 frame startup from Hitman. -7 on block. But all the hits are high, right? So that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, Hitman up 4-4 plus frames on block. Down 4-3, 2-3, 14 frame startup is a counter hit string now. So counter hit string, heat engager, and will launch in heat. They also made it so that if you stop at 2 hits, you're now -10. This used to be safe. I think it was -6, safe. But if you stop now at 2 hits, you are punishable at -10. It also has to be said that Lee, due to the new Oki system, Oki getting greatly nerfed by the fact that the opponent can simply hold back now and be safe. This would have connected in Season 1, where you have to quick stand, hold up to beat that. But now they can just hold back and block stuff like this it's made a lot of his oaky nuance go away. Like, for example, since Tekken 7, a lot of leads have done stuff like this into a down forward 4 pickup. Or stuff like this, here, picking up with down forward 4. As stuff like this is just gone. So that has been removed. So a character that had a lot of interesting oaky setups, those are gone. It should be noted though that you can still do, like here, the up back 3 can be blocked, right? But if they choose to get up there, the acid storm will still resplat them, like so. So that is at least still in the game, so that's cool. But so yes, this is a character that has lost some identity. A character that was already weak has been made considerably weaker and is now the weakest character in the game. So, I don't know, hats off to the balancing team. Blowing our minds yet again. So, yeah, this sucks, and I sure hope that they fix this very soon. Thanks for listening to me, and have a nice day.